Hi, this is Al Manning, bringing you adventures in awareness from ESP Laboratory in Los Angeles. Our purpose at ESP Lab is to help you develop and harness your own psychic or extrasensory powers and apply them practically to make a better life for yourself and your family. Wealth and riches, fortune, fame, a reverent pause when they say your name. Why not let it come to you with peace and love and happiness too? The power's right within your reach. You use it like you'd peel a peach. Just one idea is all it takes. Let yours become the life it makes, effective, happy, successful, proud, 'cause your intuition speaks out loud. Have you had a really good idea lately? Not something you read or heard, but something you thought of by yourself. Economic history is full of the names of men who made fortunes from just one creative breakthrough, and the tremendous workload at the patent office plainly tells us the source of new ideas hasn't dried up. Much of today's commerce and industry is based on a kind of controlled flow of creative ideas. Good advertising is kept fresh and new by this process, and it's the very lifeblood of the space exploration program, for instance. There's a crying need for more creative thinking everywhere we turn. Have you thought of becoming a focal point for new and useful ideas to help yourself and others? Someone may say that's impossible. You can't just decide to get an idea. But at ESP Lab we say, why not? Where does a good creative idea come from anyway? Certainly it's not a normal stimulus from one of our usual five senses, so it must fall into that broad category that science grudgingly calls extrasensory. Many people shy away from extrasensory perception because they associate it with parlor tricks or trying to tell what symbol will turn up on the next card. They would be seriously interested if they realized that they use elementary ESP in all aspects of their own daily living, and that living can be made more meaningful and effective by allowing the extra faculties to participate. The urge to try a different route home which caused you to avoid a bad traffic jam, the feeling while shaving that an old customer should get a call today and it leads to an unexpected big sale, or the little idea that helps streamline your part of the office filing system. Practical things like these pop up more often to people who are training themselves to be receptive to them, to pay attention to the good that's always there, screaming for your attention. You are a vast potential of untapped creativity, effectiveness, and plain old happiness. The real you is as much greater than your mind as your body is greater than the lowly ant. It is constantly striving to express growth, improvement, health, joy, and fulfillment in your everyday experience. Isn't it worth a bit of your attention to ways to let this good come in? Here's one simple technique that will help you establish a good working relationship with the greater you. Pick a chair or a comfortable place on the couch and designate it your Contact My Higher Self place. Then, first thing in the morning and just at bedtime, spend 10 minutes there, relaxed and awaiting the response from the creative depths of your being. Never push or strain. Just announce your receptivity to communication from your greater self and wait a little while. If you're faithful in this small exercise, you'll have the first practical idea presented to you before the end of a week. Many will get one by the second day. Regularity of this simple contact will build a way for really big ideas to reach you in their own good time. That tiny voice inside your head is there to help you through. The greatest men of earth were led that way, so why not you? Devote a little time each day to silent meditation. Listen, and you will find the way to growth and inspiration. Then act upon that new idea. Apply it practically. Your effort is what brings it near. Ensure success, we see. Now, if you participated in our exercise last week, you'll remember we were using for our targets the letters between A and G. If you felt or saw or heard or just thought, or as somebody would say guessed, the letter D, you're right in there. That's good, and keep up the good work. And let me remind you that if you get more than 1 out of 7, that is, if you're right more than 1 week out of 7 as you play this little game with us, that it's a strong indication that the extrasensory side of your beingness is right there working for you. So do participate and keep score. This is part of the way we grow. And try to have your pencil and paper ready if you don't have our address already, and I'll give it to you at the end of the program, asking you to play with us and get to know more about us then. And of course we will have a new exercise for you for this week. This week we're going to use numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. And again, let's remind you that we grow together as we play together, and the process is more fun when more of us get into the act. So do have your pencil and paper ready and be ready to join in the fun. A light of lovely orange shined on my head, bringing clarity to the thoughts in me. So I knew that I was led to seek more growth in spirit and live a life that's bright. An example be, so that all who see will be drawn into that light. Then came the living rainbow, colors of all hue, flowing into me, bringing harmony, peace, love, and riches too. The psychology of color is coming more and more into its own every day. Color therapy is not as well known as psychotherapy, of course, but it can have an equally powerful impact on the personality. For instance, I've heard many a good salesman say, "I'll put on my bright red tie and go over and close that tough nut first thing in the morning." And it regularly works. And think how drab black and white television seems after you get spoiled by color. In some of our basic research work at ESP Laboratory, we've come to associate specific attributes of helpfulness with individual colors of the rainbow. For instance, we find red associated with physical vitality and personal magnetism, while orange is a strong stimulant to clear thinking. Yellows and greens bring aspiration, love, and enthusiasm along with prosperity. We find the blues especially effective for healing and creativity. In the violet or royal purple, a color of deep spiritual significance. These things are true of the physical colors, but even more powerful in the metaphysical or psychic manifestations of what we have learned to call the living light. Many of us enjoy that special feeling of the light, and several of us at the lab spend hours each day in channeling the blue light of healing to many people. The results are often spectacular. The art of spiritual healing is intimately tied in with the powerful mystic light, and the degree of success seems limited only to the ability of the human mind to comprehend the power and ask that it worked. And of course, healing is not limited to the physical body, but can be applied to the mind and affairs as well. And it works for anyone who is interested enough to try it. Our correspondence course in the light goes to many seekers all over the country. I'd like to share a small part of an enthusiastic letter from one of our recently new students in Denver, Colorado. And it says in quote, "I've been practicing lesson 1 for almost a week. Have had wonderful success from the very first. I have experienced some of these sensations before I heard about you, but I didn't realize what it was all about. Now, everything is getting clearer. I started practicing lesson 1 once a day. I feel so wonderful that this morning I decided to practice twice a day. And indeed, you find the improvement is always there. By seeking the mystic light, another person happily reported, quote, "I've found an inner peace and security again that I've not had for over 7 years." Now that's a quickie close of the quote. The right new job, companionship, and health are natural products of dedicated seeking of the mystic light. but they're small beside the new sense of meaning to life and rapport with the universe to be found by the seeker. Freud called this special feeling the oceanic experience. Professor Maslow includes it as a vital part of self-actualization, and mystics of all ages have acclaimed it as the pearl of great price. We have far too great a tendency to shrug off these things as poetic nonsense, but the practical value in your life is there, just waiting to be turned on. No words can do justice to the experience, but your first encounter with the living light will live in your heart forever. You too can find that rainbow, made of living light. Open up your mind and receive in kind with your psychic, mystic sight. The light will open doorways and show you how to live. It will lead you there where there is no care, and the watchword is to give. Now, let me give you the address so that you can write to us and participate in this week's exercise. Write to me, Al Manning, ESP Laboratory, 7559 Santa Monica Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90046. That's right, Al Manning, ESP Laboratory, 7559 Santa Monica Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90046. Do ask for our free literature, and also do participate in the exercise that we will turn to right now. Remember, our basic procedure is as the program ends, I will sit for 3 minutes projecting the target number this time. Now we will be projecting a number between 1 and 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. And for you, just sit quietly for those same 3 minutes, or however, a shorter time when you're really tuned in, and pick it up. I'll project the spoken word, a picture of the written number, the feel of the number, the whole idea of the thing, and take it the way it wants to come to you, and then do drop me a note to let me know what you got. Remember, play, because this is the way we exercise our psychic muscles, and you don't have to be right every time. This is one of the big things. The more you learn just to relax and enjoy, it's the same way, how do I say it, in my accounting practice, running an adding machine. I don't always hit the figures right. That's why we keep a tape, isn't it? But you don't complain that the adding machine's no good because you made a mistake in an entry. In the same way as we get used to these things, we learn that to improve your batting average is what counts in this, and this is done only by practice. So play with us and watch it work for you. Now, let me give you the address again to be sure that it's not lost somewhere. Write me, Al Manning, ESP Laboratory, 7559 Santa Monica Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90046. Once more, the address is Al Manning, ESP Laboratory, 7559 Santa Monica Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90046. And now as we sign off, I will project one of those numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Just as soon as I have said goodbye for now, and blessed be.